Once again, we welcome you to the finest media international. And today we are delighted to be talking about East Africa as a region. And of course, talking about the 2026 general elections, or we can call it the protest vote, the only chance that we have as Ugandans to make our country shine again.
They've told us power belongs to the people. It belongs to us, right? According to the Constitution. How many Ugandans here can say that power belongs to them? If we are being honest, do we have the power?
Well, it is a different generation with a different mindset, and all we are yearning for is seeing a functioning country. Credit to Mpambara Yvonne for the great questions raised in your recent presentation in regards to what is happening in our country. Nja kubuuza n'awali ku video eno. Tujja kwebuuza nti gwe nga Munnayuganda bw'oweekuba mu toki olaba nga tulina amaanyi ago agasobola okubaako ebintu bye tu-influencinga ne bigenda mu direction gye twetaagamu nga Bannayuganda nga tugamba nti power belongs to people. Can we wake up in the morning and say tugenda kulonda president ono yalina vision ya Uganda empya ate ne kituukirira nga byabakama tagenda kuddikira yalinga muntu mulala? Well, it is a bit complicated, but it is achievable. Bwe tupressinga n'amaanyi ag'enjawulo ne tugamba nti erino ly'eddoboozi lyaffe, it is our right okusalawo ani agenda okukulembera eggwanga lyaffe. It is very possible.
But I'm not the one getting the key. It is your office. So when you say, I go with you to get the key.
No, I'm requesting you. Let us go to the region.
Okay, there's two things, officer. You see, we came to see these our incarcerated colleagues as their leaders, but also as their lawyers. One, we are bothered about how you're holding them. They're in a police cell already and they are handcuffed. That's not right at all. You cannot do that. Anyhow, we still want to be able to see them, see what state they are in. Many of them are crying. They say they were beaten, they are injured, and so on.
We are going to organize them. As we are organizing them, you can be speaking to our father.
I don't need to see the RPC. I have no reason to see the RPC now because the people are here.
We actually came to check on these people, see them, have a chat.
The protocol is that we engage the OC station and here we are with you.
Why do you want us to see the RPC? What's the rationale? I also want to understand you. Why do you want us to see the RPC?
I told you that we are here, okay? These people have been arrested following cases from different places, not CPS, ideally not from Mbarara. So the overall commander is the RPC. That's why I'm telling you, we go to the RPC and then we give you a brief.
We shall get the brief. But you see, in fact, I would want to see the RPC after I have seen them also, hear their narration you've had. Many of them are saying they were beaten, they've not accessed medication and so on. So that when I go and see the RPC, I tell him, look, the picture I'm seeing here, people are in police cells, they're handcuffed. They have wounds, they've not been attended to. RPC, do something about it. So it would be good after we have talked to them.
Just a minute.
Well, otunulira OC ayogera naye nga talina kyasobola kusalawo until ng'afunye order from above. Tugezeko kudda ku lawyer Mpambara Yvonne eyabuuzizza Bannayuganda nti naye bwe muba mulaba mulina amaanyi ago constitution nga bw'etugamba. Nja kugamba ekintu kimu nti amaanyi tugalina naye lwakuba tetwekkiririzaamu, and we are a bit hesitant ku busobozi ki bwe tulina. We are lucky as a generation nti President waffe Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu yavaayo n'agenda ku front line, and the best way to appreciate his efforts, his time, kwe kulaba nga byonna byalwanirira abyachievinga, not to see the same scenario eri ku Dr. Kanokiza Besigye right now eyabererawo Uganda ne Bannayuganda ng'alwanirira okulaba better services ku Bannayuganda. He is rotting in prison and all Ugandans have almost forgotten about him.
You feel we do? Yes. Huh? Yes. All of you agree we have the power in Uganda? Yes. Very mixed reactions. The Constitution says all power belongs to Ugandans. Very questionable, very illusionary statements, very illusional Constitution, because we do not have the power. We've fought as young people to have this power. I'm very sure most of you in this room can attest to having fought to make sure, one, we are challenging power, two, we are in positions of power, three, we are building communities and organizing. So our role here today is to shift some of the narrative that young people keep saying to young people, that leaders especially keep giving young people. We are constantly blamed for certain things in this country. I'm here today to shift that narrative. One, I'm going to start by attacking ICOP. One of our own, Munyachigezi, is in prison. Besije. ICOP has never put out a statement in support that he should be released. When we try to hold ICOP accountable, what did they tell us? They are non-partisan. Who was ICOP dining with last year in Kanungu and surrounding districts? The president. So is ICOP non-partisan? Is the president a Munyachigezi? I don't think so. No, he's not. He's not. Besije is a Munyachigezi. We've never stood by him. What does non-partisan mean? Peaceful elections. I think even from yesterday, you've already seen the news. Already the blame is on young people. But why does the state assume it has monopoly over violence? You want to beat us, you want to tell us we are reckless, but then you're seeing police arresting young people for nothing.
%85 of Ugandans are below 30 years of age. Mwana mulenzi oyo akaaba amaziga asaba Katonda, Jesus Christ, singa nsobola okufa ne banziika waakiri naye nga siise mu kubonaabona kuno. But guess what? Emabega we mulimu ebipande bya General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. These people tetusobola kubeera nga bo, tetulibeera bo, and it is just next to impossible nti basobola okubeera awo ne balumirwa bannayuganda. Guys, do you want us to find ourselves in such a scenario nga tokyasobola kwogera kikuluma?
Bwana, ndugu zangu wa Tanzania, hii ndo namna mpya sasa hivi ya kuongea. Ukitaka kuongea chochote hakikisha umekava kila kitu. Hakikisha umekava kila kitu. Hatutaki kuendelea kupoteza vijana wetu. Hatutaki kuendelea kupoteza askari wetu. Hatutaki kuendelea kupoteza generation Z wetu. Kwa hakikisha kila unapotaka kuongea chochote, hakikisha uwe umekava kila kitu, umekava kila kitu kama hivi. Kwa nini nasema hivyo? Ni kwa sababu wakubwa huko wenye mamlaka wameonyesha kabisa wako tayari kufanya chochote.
I'm here to remind all Ugandans that if we don't take this chance of 2026 to make the right decisions, this is where we are headed as a country. Imagine living in a country nga tosobola kwogera bikuluma, nga eggwanga li spending a lot of money organizing elections, naye ng'omukulembeze yeelonda ne yeewa percentage ne yeerayiza nga tafuddeeyo bantu bameka abagenda okufiirwa obulamu for as long as agenda sigala mu office. We are so sorry to our brothers and sisters in Tanzania for going through this kind of pain, losing your parents, your husbands, your wives, and your kids with these heartless leaders who only care about their positions, but they don't care about Tanzanians' lives. Ugandans, we need to learn from our neighbors and use the chance that we still have to make the right decisions for the future of our country.
So guys, abana basanga big up, mwatera kabohe zanu. iwe Bobi Wine ushikire kumanya aho ushemerere kuma tubura mungu nubakumanya abamutu bakumanya no kumanya so waza kutwara ejenja yawe neje mgirigiri yawe nibaza kutera mpaka abantu basanga bakutandika manya nibenda kutera hatu mabware watandika kuzomu western tubura mungu nubakumanya nari tubura mungu noretiza enja ebibya otaka western otajeta mukampare byo kusiba noretiza munja nemhiri yawe abana tubakutera tubura mungu bakwereza kabu kandi nabo cyaba ukaza gukora yorari je nako uri kuza kunyara mutagamba mutateze konke byo kujyana n'umutereni urumanya abanyarwanda mude wamo baza kutera nozana no kuzana baza kutera konka abana basanga mwachikora muterere kimwe kabohe muterere kimwe kabohimwe mutaka umuzenkoni.
We deserve a better country. We deserve a country that is going to be home to every one of us, regardless of which part of Uganda you come from. And I believe to those few Ugandans who still have this mindset of thinking that they are not politicians, but they are ready to shed tears or to cry for help when it is their turn to see the poor planning of the government, the poor services of the government, then you are getting it wrong. The country belongs to us, and it is our responsibility to do whatever it takes to make it a better country.
Now people downtown realize that we are all part of a sinking ship. I say it again and again. When there is a sinking ship, do not think that you're exempted from drowning, unless you're wearing a special floater that is going to save you. But if that sinking ship even has ballistic missiles on it, or grenades, and they're being set off, and you're chanting and singing for the people doing this destruction. I saw someone like Anatalia, she's called Anatalia Onze. She's an NRM supporter. She was in Parliament crying, and she was one of the victims of what went on there. And even then, she refused to draw a correlation between the mismanagement of the country and the politics and what was happening down there. That is very, very dangerous cognitive dissonance from these people. People downtown for a while now have distanced themselves from any riots going on. And they kept saying, we want to do what? We want to do our business. We are poor. Don't come here to riot. Don't come here to riot and stop our businesses. For us, we are hungry people. We are Zekola, Zendia. So any day we miss is a day that counts in our against our business. And now, when this happened, they realized, oh, we are also in this sinking ship, and we are together.
Hi, this is Bobi Wine reaching you from Tungama. I'm sure many of us are shocked in Kenya and in Uganda, the abduction of our brothers, Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo, who were abducted by Ugandan security forces, and when demanded for them, the Uganda police denied knowledge of them, the military in Uganda denied knowledge of them, even the habeas corpus, which was put in court, the court dismissed it, saying you cannot squeeze blood out of stones. So, clearly, the Uganda police, the Uganda military, and the Uganda judiciary denied that there was any abduction in Uganda. Just yesterday, the world was shocked when General Museveni came out to actually admit that the security forces in Uganda abducted Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo, the two Kenyan comrades, and they were kept in a fridge. Now, by fridge, he meant those torture chambers where they strip people naked, torture them, and leave them in ice or in very cold rooms. It's very unfortunate. That is shocking. But yes, that is the reality in Uganda. Abductions are the order of the day. As we stand right now, a young man called Mugumya from this region was abducted, is still missing. 18 of our comrades were abducted and they're still missing. Just the other day, we buried Comrade Chibalama's wife. The husband has been missing for close to 7 years. That's the situation in Uganda. That is why we are fighting. That is why we want to change, to remove this regime and restore human rights, restore democracy, restore security and safety and guarantee of human dignity. We intend to strip the president of the powers to appoint judges, of the powers to appoint the Electoral Commission, and to ensure that we have an independent judiciary. The judiciary in Uganda is in the pocket of the president, where the courts don't work regardless of where you go. Courts don't work, no institution works. This should be a wake-up call to all of us, not only Ugandans, but even our brothers and sisters from all over East Africa and Africa now.
Well, that is our generational president, a president who talks about uniting a country, a president who talks about uniting Africa, and a president who talks about uniting East Africa and having a good relationship between the East African countries. We cannot run away from the fact that whatever that is affecting East Africans, it is affecting us regardless of the borders. And definitely, it has to be us to find a solution to whatever that is affecting us collectively. Call us the finest Media International. And as we get closer to the 2026 general elections, the protest vote, we have to make the right decisions. Vote for the leaders who are going to be working for the country, not working for their families.